Hey guys, I'm going to be reacting to Nick Fuentes talking about Patric Bet-David.
Like that because it's an interesting conversation. It's a big get. It's a big show. It's an interesting interview. But then when it concerns me, I said the N-word. That's the problem. So someone like with Netanyahu, we're going to suspend judgment on the famine, the war crimes, the political assassination.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little backstory about this. So basically, Nick Fuentes and Patric Bet-David, they are wanted by the people on the same podcast. So basically, people want Nick Fuentes to be on Patric Bet-David podcast, and the only reason Patric Bet-David doesn't actually want Nick Fuentes on the podcast is because Nick Fuentes says the N-word. And Patric Bet-David actually respects how Nick Fuentes talks. I think he's a very intelligent, smart young man who's very good at elaborating things, but he doesn't think that he should be saying the N-word. And he actually gave him an invitation saying that if Nick stopped saying the N-word, Patric would actually invite him to a podcast. So we respect the rules. Yeah, it's his podcast. I mean, his platform. By the way, Nick Fuentes was actually wanted by people on the Patric Bet-David podcast because he's such a big proponent of pro-Palestine. And Patric Bet-David has a lot of Israeli guests on the platform. So it would have been great to see somebody pro-Palestine actually pressing Patric on some of the issues. But what he did now is he had a podcast with Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, the problem is Nick Fuentes wasn't able to be on the podcast because he's saying certain words. But Benjamin Netanyahu was actually committing certain actions, like actions speak louder than words. This guy is literally committing a genocide, and he's allowed to be on the podcast. So that tells you a lot about PBD.
Nations, we're going to suspend the judgment on that for the sake of the interview. I could say any swear word, racial slur. Now, granted, we all recognize it's in poor taste to say these words in and out of context, to say the C word towards a woman, to say the N word towards a black person. We understand this. But to penalize somebody for uttering the word, like I just did. If I say N word, I'm just making you say it in your head. You all know the word I'm talking about. His interviews, he talks to Andrew Tate. Very good show with Andrew Tate. Talk to Dan Bilzerian. Great show with Dan Bilzerian. Two friends.
By the way, another thing, the guy had like Andrew Tate on his shows. Andrew Tate, even though I agree with some of the things that Andrew Tate actually says, like he talks about like the how men should be working hard and how everybody should be making money and then going to the gym and all of this stuff. But at the same time, Andrew Tate has been accused of a lot of things as well. Andrew Tate has been canceled for so many things. So if he can actually make it to the podcast, why can't Nick Fuentes be allowed in the podcast? I know Nick Fuentes is one of the most canceled man on the planet. The guy was actually, his bank account has been canceled. He's been canceled from the flights. He's been canceled from every single platform of the social media. And this guy's got such guts, man. The guy doesn't back down. Honestly, he's going to say what he wants to say. Everybody